Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alison, this is So Like Dotty, and this is So Fruity 24. So for me as a vlogger, this is a new challenge that I've not took part in as a participant or a vlogger before, and I'll explain why in a second. But I'm really excited to take part this year. So if you're not aware of So Fruity is a challenge that runs all through the month of June. You can make pretty much anything for anybody. It's not just a garment. You can make a dog coat if you want to, and it needs to be shared on Instagram on the 30th of June. And if you can tag so Yvette runs the challenge and her name is Blossom Sandwich. So if you can tag at Blossom Sandwich into the actual picture that you share, it makes it much easier for Yvette to find you and enter you into the draw. So I would put that in my text and actually tag that picture into Yvette as well. I'll drop a little picture up of the challenge. I don't think there's any other rules. Let me just double check. No, and the winners will be announced early in July. So firstly, why haven't I took part before? I think if you're a regular to my channel, you'll have heard me say before that part of what I do in some work that I do is to talk about food all the time. And I've always been kind of like, oh, I don't want to wear food when I talk about it all the time. But actually, this year, I've opened my mind up a little bit more to the challenge, and that's why I'm wearing this dress to share with you, because it isn't only about fabrics with fruit on them. It's about colours as well. So this dress isn't one that I can enter. It's a Judy dress, Fibre Mood Judy. I made it quite a while ago. I'll drop a picture in of me in it. But I put this on because I thought I've called this every colour of blue that I can. But actually it's quite blueberry. So if I was making this now, I could share this. Are you getting my gist with it? So I have done a little rummage in my stash. So I've got a couple of fabrics to share, but I've got two garments that I've actually finished already. So I won't be sharing them on Instagram until the 30th of June. You're kind of getting a little bit of a sneaky peek. So stay with me and I'll show you what they are. So the two fabrics that I've found, let me pop this to one side. So the first fabric, it's a little bit of a knockoff, I'm not going to lie. Dupe, whatever you want to call it. So this is, I mean, it may not be exactly, but it's like the Wiltshire berries that you buy from Liberty. But this is a cotton and it's not from Liberty. Now I've had this challenge has made me think about it because I've had this in my stash for 2 years. I returned to sewing about 4 years ago. I've maybe had it for longer, maybe 3 years. So I probably won't get this made up for this challenge because 10th, I'm having cataract surgery, my first eye on Monday if you follow me, and then hopefully my other one within a couple of weeks. So my son will be limited for the rest of this month, possibly, but it's making me think about what can I do with this. Now I bought it to make a dress and it's just sat there. So now this challenge has brought that to the forefront of my mind and I'm thinking about a dress. So if you've got any suggestions, I'll have 3 meters because that's my standard. I'm going to make a dress, that's how much I'm going to order. What would you make out of this? Drop it in the comments and let me know. I could make some trousers, I could make pyjamas, but I'm not going to do that. A dress is usually my thing. What would you make? I have got this in a different colourway, which is like a lilac-y colour, probably similar to this. So if I wanted to enter that, it's still berries, so technically it's a fruit. And I have got a shirred dress with the little puffy sleeves, so I definitely wouldn't want to do that same dress. I wouldn't do the Judy dress in it because it's not floaty enough. So if you've got a pattern that you think you would use, pop it in the comments, let me know. I'm curious and interested. I need to go beyond what I normally make and diversify a little bit. I'm not guaranteeing I'll make them, but I'm dead nosy, so let me know what you would make. So that's my first fabric. My second one is one that I've shared quite recently. So this is a double gauze. I got this from First for Fabrics. This should still be in stock, so I will pop a link in the description box for this one. So this is a fuchsia, I think it's called double gauze. Now I got this because I want to make another overshirt. I have just made the sew over it Zoe? No, I might have made that up. Zadie, that's the one, overshirt. I may make the same one. If you don't know my challenge around snaps and buttonholes, go back and watch Friday's vlog. I'm not going to go through that again. But this is on my plans to do something like that with before my next holiday in September, but hopefully sooner than that. But I have got, sorry, I feel like I'm shouting. I have got 3 meters of this. So it could be a dress, like a pullover, beachy type of dress, or it could be a shirt. I think I need to nail the snaps on the other one, which actually is green, so I could enter it for this challenge because it is, strictly speaking, green and apple coloured, maybe. Are you getting the gist? So, you know, if you're not a fruity fabric person, don't rule yourself out of participating in this challenge. So I'll pop a link in the description box to that. It's so soft, isn't it? Double gauze. So on to my actual makes. So 2 patterns, one of which I've shared a little bit recently, that I've recently made 2 pairs, I think, of. So this is my 3rd pair in a very short amount of time, which is from the Tilly and the Buttons Make It Simple book, and it is the Safiya trousers. So a very simple make. I do love this book. I talked about it in last week's vlog. It says cutting time 20 minutes, sewing time 1 hour 15 minutes. That's absolutely spot on. It takes about an hour for me to make them. Really, really simple make. There are lots of similar things. So the fabric that I've chosen, let me just put this down. I'm in a new place and I need places to put my stuff. So the fabric that I chose to do the So Fruity actual challenge make, that I'm definitely going to enter, is this beautiful viscose linen, which is a fabric, godmother fabric, which was gifted to me by Vicky the Fibro Sewist for my retirement gift from my other work. There was 2.5 meters of this, and I got 2 garments out of it, which I'm like, yes, winning at life. Isn't it just so satisfying? However, I've got to say, I did make sure these were okay before I cut into the second one, because I mean, hands up if we've done that before, and then you make a mistake and you're like, I've already cut my fabric, there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, that's never happened to me before. I'll try these on and get a picture and pop that in as I edit it. So I always make these without the pockets. I'm not a pocket fan. Scream at the screen now if you want to. And the other thing is, because my weight fluctuates as I'm losing weight, it's very easy. I just unpick some of the waistband, alter the elastic and run the outside leg seam in a little bit. So these are very straightforward. I did make these recently in double gauze and they feel a little bit pyjama bottomish, but I've got to say, in the linen they definitely feel like a lovely pair of trousers. I have done the Swaro Friday Pattern Company little trick with the elastic on the waistband. Let's see if I can get that focused. So where you just pull it through, so you can see these extra couple of rows of stitch in there, just stops that twist. Don't we hate that twist? So these are very simple. Showing you those first, but actually with an overshirt I think that would look okay, and the green would look okay with them, so I'd probably kind of be wearing them a bit like that. So let me place that carefully to one side. And my final make, I was in a little bit of a dilemma because I cut those out and I suddenly thought, actually I think there's enough fabric that I could do a bit of a top. Now I am preparing to make a new garment for a launch this week coming up, which I'll be sharing in my Friday Souls, so check that out. It hasn't launched yet. And I was thinking, oh, I could hack that into a top, but then I thought, I haven't sort of tried it yet. So I was thinking, what could I make that would go together or I could wear separate? Because I do like the whole cord look, but I'm just not sure that I wear it well together sometimes. Does that make sense? Sometimes I think can feel a little bit overwhelmed if it's the top and bottom look the same. I think sometimes you can put a top on, tuck it in with a pair of trousers and it looks like a full jumpsuit. Does that make sense? And sometimes it can, for me, not for other people, it can feel like too much. So this is an oldie but a goodie, and it's perfect for this time of year. So basically I cut this out from, like, I cut that fabric on the fold, but I put the trouser legs, that outer piece, against the selvage, which meant the wider bit in the middle was on the fold. Does that make sense? On the run of that 2.5 metre fabric. And I dug out my True Bias Ogden cami pattern. I told you it was an oldie. Now, you might not have come across this before. On my copy of the pattern, it goes up to a size 18, and I've made it on the 18. That's the size that was already cut out. And that is a 44.5 chest, and the finished garment measurements are a 45.5 chest. I'm a 44 double D, so it fits me really well. Now, it does say that it takes 1.8 metres of fabric, but I got this out the leftovers of 2.5 metres of that fabric, which is quite a decent width of fabric, so I feel like I'm absolutely winning at life. Now, there was a bit of origami, I'm not going to lie, with the back lining piece, but all I did was literally joined a piece across just to get it so that I could get it out of it. I could have lined it with something else, but I didn't want to. I wanted to use this. So here we go. Make sure I've got it the right way around. I've got a ribbon in the back so I know which is which. So this, you'll see it on my picture, is it indeed. Now, I was thinking I wanted to cover my mum tum. My daughter's 25, but you know what I mean. But I could only make it 1 centimetre longer, so I have put the smallest hemming that was possible to man. So I just overlocked it, turned it over and hemmed it. Now, I did have another one of that colour thread, but kindly when Vicky donated it to me, she gave me the thread that matched it as well. So I mustn't have it on the hanger right because it's looking like the front and back aren't the same. So that's the front. I don't even know how easily it is for me to show you it. Have I got it right? Oh, that's the back. There's the join. There. That's it. So that hangs quite nicely there on both sides, and also, did I join it in the middle? No, I don't think I did. So how well did that work out? Oh, 2.5 metres of fabric. I'm super impressed. And actually, I think I made one of this for myself, and then I made one for my daughter as a pyjama top, but it's really encouraged me to think about what I've got in my scraps. I know this isn't necessarily relevant to this challenge, but I do have some odd, not odd as in weird, but odd as in leftover bits of fabric that I might be able to get something like this out of, and I could always line it in something else. So I was really, really pleased with that, and you will see on the picture it's just a nice length. If I wanted to, I could tuck it in, but I would probably wear it out, and it's really comfortable and really nice. So yeah, dig your Ogden camis out, guys. It was a bit of a thing a couple of years ago, so if you look for, I don't know if there's formally a hashtag, I'm sure that there is. If you put hashtag Ogden cami into Instagram, people were hacking it into dresses, they were doing all sorts with it. So it might just get you thinking about doing the same. So I've got to say, as fruity fabrics go, this is so pretty. I really like it. So thank you, Vicky. And as I say, if I haven't already, I'll drop that picture in for you now. So I hope the idea of challenges is just to get you a bit of inspiration. I'm really enjoying watching other people's vlogs, get you thinking. It's got me digging into fabrics that are in my stash. I'm not a big buyer of plain fabrics, but I totally forgot about that beret fabric. I completely forgot that it was in there. Because don't we buy things because they're beautiful and we love them, and then you feel like they're surpassed by other fabrics that are beautiful and we love them, and we forget about them. So it's time to get out those neglected stash fabrics, and Stash Hub is great for that if you're a part of that with Yvette, because Yvette from Blossom Sandwich is one of the creators of Stash Hub with her husband Doug. And yeah, get going, and I'm really interested for the 30th of June to see what everybody's made. So I hope you've enjoyed my vlog. If you're new to my channel, give me a little thumbs up. I'd love it if you subscribed. More than anything, I love it if you chat in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking about making, what fabrics you've got, yeah, and what you've got planned. So bye for now, and happy sewing, everybody.